baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA for me. Now I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
The Hornets coming to an Eastern Conference contest in this game. Like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Derek Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Tony Roten in for Aaron Aflalo. The Hornets also changing it up. Anderson, he's checked in for Jefferson. Cody Zeller comes in for Williams. And it's Kid Gilchrist in for Jeremy Lamb. On the court for the Hornets, MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Kemba Walker is out there with Batum. And it's Anderson in at the 5 spot. Overall, a down year for the Hornets in the 2014-15 season. A big part of that was that they would struggle on the road.
Yeah, and you know they had playoff aspirations, but as you said, those aspirations derailed because of the road struggle.
And last season, the Hornets ended with only 14 road wins. Even when they made the playoffs in 2014, they weren't a team that traveled well. It's something the team needs to figure out in order to get back into the postseason.
Lance Thomas, he's checked in for New York. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Lynn's checked in. Here's Williams. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Hornets trail by 6.
And, you know, as you mentioned, the road record for the Hornets was not that good. I mean, they really struggled late in the year when they seemed to almost give up. They lost their last 7 road games and 9 of their last 10.
Williams, a screen on Walker. Calderon with it. He's picked up by Walker. Here's Roten. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
And a wide-open look for Lynn. Here's Anderson. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 4. And 1:01 left to play in the first quarter. Calderon kicks to O'Quinn. The pass to Thomas. Anderson with the block. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Lee's checked in for Charlotte. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. And he gets the bucket. O'Quinn's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Oh, an illegal screen there. One of the toughest calls for an official to make.
And it is one of the toughest calls, but most of the time they do a good job with it. And you have to appreciate how officials get that one right more times than not.
Williams cannot hit. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And when things started to go wrong for them in that game, boy, did they ever go wrong. They just could never get back on track in that game.
Greg, the problem to me was no consistency. Anytime they strung together a couple of baskets, they couldn't build on it.
Roten, no good. Lynn one time, but it's no good. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league from going undrafted out of... Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time, but this game has a way of humbling people, even those who started out humble, like Lin.
Jeremy Lin. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. Their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Andersen, he's in at center. Marvin Williams is out there with Batum. Then it's Jeremy Lin. And it's Lamb at the 2 spot.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
To Andersen. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And let's go down to a list of players you can't leave open under any circumstances. This season's most accurate small forwards from the field. Third is Carmelo Anthony.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
And, Greg, you can't post the kind of percentages they do unless you operate that way. I mean, you can't be undisciplined at the small forward spot if you hope to be an efficient shooter.
New York, no good that time either. Charlotte trailing. Andersen outside. Right through the D for the layup. Andersen's got 5 points in the quarter.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
The drive by Anthony. That's good. And the Knicks lead by 1.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Walker the pass to Andersen, and it's blocked. Roden with it. He picked up 18 points in their last win against New Orleans. Here's Porzingis. And the 3 off target. Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Shot on the wing. Was shot by Batum. No good.
Hey, guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Just 5 to shoot. Aflalo, no good.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Andersen against Aflalo. Andersen dishes to Lamb. Another shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there. Just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Calderon in for Tony Roden. Charlotte also making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Lee in for Jeremy Lamb. Walker goes in. Misses from close range. Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark, has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch for in the NBA.
Good call.
A moment now to see the numbers for Walker. Averaging about 19 points, 8 assists, and just over 2 steals. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, and anytime this club needs a bucket, he's their go-to. Just irrepressible and a prolific scorer.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, who's checked in for Jefferson, and it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Williams a screen. Calderon against Lin. Here's O'Quinn. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Hornets trail by 4. Here's the screen. Lin kicks to Zeller. Taken away by Williams. For the New York Knicks, they won their last contest against New Orleans.
Proficient in that game at the offensive end of the floor. I mean, their passing was dynamic and their shot selection was superb.
You do those two things hand in hand, Greg, you know the result. You move the ball like they did and take smart, good shots, you're coming away with a lot of wins.
Zeller, a screen on Calderon. Lin the pass to Zeller. Here's Kid Gilchrist, and he lays it straight in. Kid Gilchrist has got his first points of the night.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Aflalo dishes to Calderon. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career-low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason's first 13 games, and never was able to really, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Here's Anderson. Yes! And a nice assist from Lin. Lin's got 3 assists tonight.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Aflalo against Lee. Aflalo outside. Picked by Williams. Shot off the screen. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Andersen. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
They keep sending him to the line, and he has been unable to respond, missing most of them. He's only made 4.
And a tough opening half for him in terms of his free throw shooting.
Yeah, he's done well to get to the line, but I tell you, he's left a bit to be desired in terms of his cash-in rate. Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you...
Hey guys, settle down for a second. I noticed a couple of things from that first half. For the most part, we played an intelligent first half. Our passing has been crisp. We haven't given the ball away, and that's big because we can't afford turnovers. Those will kill us. I did like the scoring punch we got off the bench. That heated things up for us when we had to have a little something extra. Okay, in terms of pace, let's keep things moderate next half. Turning this game into a track meet might hurt us more than it will help us. All right, guys, let's get out there and play a good...
The second half just about to get going here. Lance Thomas comes in for Aaron Aflalo. And Roten subbed in for Jose Calderon. And then for Charlotte, Anderson, he's checked in for Jefferson. Zeller comes in for Williams. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Lamb. Tony Roten out there with Thomas. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the power forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Outside Thomas. New York moving the ball around. Anthony against Kidd-Gilchrist. Stolen by Walker. And here comes Walker leading the fast break. And slam dunk by Kidd-Gilchrist.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game.
And here's Anthony for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
After making it to the playoffs in 2014, the Hornets couldn't repeat the feat in 2015. A slow start probably, Greg, more than anything else did him in.
Really disappointing season coming in with such high expectations, and 33-49 just not good enough to get into the playoffs in any season.
Anderson in the post. Lopez covering for the lead. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And it's Aflalo in for Anthony. Shot clock at 6. Roten kicks to Williams. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
You know, for the Hornets, they've not made consecutive playoff appearances since the team moved to New Orleans back in 2002. They just haven't been able to stay consistent enough to make it to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Well, the Hornets shooting it quite well in this third quarter, 53%, and the offense is rolling.
And guys, what's rough for the Hornets is that they were a consistent playoff fixture in the late 90s. Still, the team has never made it to the conference finals in its franchise history, and that should be a goal for them in the coming years.
The Hornets pull it in. Anderson's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. And Kidd-Gilchrist gets it to go in.
There's been some slippage defensively here in the second half, Kevin. I mean, I'm not sure if their legs are going or what, but they've given up some easy baskets here.
And here is Roten. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And Thomas has it in the corner. Releases. Shot is off.
And I bet you'll never see too many.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth. Quarter, and if it's anything like that. So a close game sees New York.
Carmelo.
The 2K Sports postgame show.